yesterday, Osiris? About the cold fronts and the warm fronts? Absolutely. What else, Gab?
That the cold fronts go underneath and then push the warm fronts up and then go right by.
Exactly. What else, Bryce?
That the cold air and the warm air fight for the
Yeah, okay. Sam?
We also learned about wind.
We learned a lot about wind, right? And wind and air is basically what?
Wind.
No.
Weather.
Weather, right? Okay. Finn, something to add?
That the cold fronts are way stronger than the warm fronts. They're just fast.
No, they're faster, right? The warm fronts were slower, right? Quinn?
We learned that on mountains it's a little bit colder because the
What's that big word? I think it's one of our, it might not be one of our vocab words. Remember that big, no, thank you, do not wave. Quinn's thinking. Starts with an A. You want to phone a friend? Altitude, right? Exactly. What else, Quinley? What else did we learn yesterday?
Miss Ramstrom, can we please get your lunch count? Thank you so much.
We learned that the cold air kind of makes like a lock, and it pushes the hot air up.
A wedge, right? But exactly. We used that word yesterday too. Beautiful. Gage?
Just saying, altitude is one of our vocab words.
It is. Yeah. And remember, we have a quiz after this today, so let's have our listening ears on, right? Learn our bodies, right? Okay. Are we ready to continue reading? Gab, one more thing?
And we learned about the Hababu, the change.
The colorful winds, right? That weren't rainbow winds. They just had fancy names, right? Yeah. All right. Come back to me in 3, 2, and 1. Thank you. Okay. Finger check as Miss F reads. Most of the water on our planet is in liquid or solid form. It is stored in oceans, lakes, ice caps, glaciers, rivers, or the ground. Only a small amount of water is in clouds, rain, snow, fog, frost, hail, or sleet, or is in the form of a gas called water vapor. Yet the tiny fraction of water that is in the air is more important than any other atmospheric substance in weather. This view from a space shuttle shows clouds covering much of Earth's surface. Clouds may seem to be only white puffs or gray streaks, but if you begin looking at them more closely, they show a great variety of shapes and colors. Scientists group clouds in families according to their shape and color. The basic shapes of clouds are cumulus, meaning mound, stratus, meaning spread out, and cirrus, meaning curly. Other cloud words are nimbus, a rain cloud, cirro, high clouds, and alto, a mid-level cloud. When two names are combined, as in altostratus or cumulonimbus, the cloud has properties of both. Everybody say cumulonimbus. Cumulonimbus. One more time. Oh, that's a mouthful, huh? Whew. Okay, come back to me. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Who can tell me what a liquid is? What's a liquid? Carter? Not a solid, right? What else? What else? Tora?
It's kind of like water. you say something?
Water is a liquid, right? So the exact definition, friends, is a free-flowing substance, okay? Because it doesn't always have to be water, right? Right, it could be Gatorade, it could be Gatorade. Yep. What about a solid? What's a solid, Noah?
It's like a rock or something that's hard. Also,
Mhm.
Roblox is both.
What's that?
Roblox is both.
Oh, okay. So solids are exactly what Noah said. So a firm or hard substance, right? Okay, what about water vapor? We talked a little bit about, they mentioned water vapor here. What is water vapor? James?
Like a gas, so water, so like a liquid that has been, that the sun is so hot that it makes it evaporate and turn into a mist, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
Exactly. So the gas form of water, right? And it's the most important substance in the atmosphere is what we read. Craziness. I hope we don't have side conversations over there. That would really empty my bucket today. Gav?
Is there like liquids and is there like kind of like a liquid in coconuts?
A liquid in coconut?
Yeah, there's like
Coconut
coconut
water. Or coconut milk, right?
Yeah.
So when you
Is it a
open,
solid or a liquid because it's hard on the outside and soft.
so a coconut itself is what? Solid, right?
Like
When you open it up and you can drink out of the middle, that's a liquid, right?
Also, the coconut
Oh, I
fat's
don't
good
like
for you.
reading. Raise your hand, third graders. Sam?
Isn't those three forms of gas, solid, and liquid?
Uh-huh. Look at you guys. Little scientists already. Marcus?
Isn't it coconut fat good for you?
Like coconut oil?
Yeah, the coconut the white stuff, like the sugar.
Oh, mm-hmm. Yep, it is pretty good for you compared to other oils, right? Okay, let's move on. Let's turn the page so we have time. All right, finger check as Miss F reads, please. Should all be on page 18. All right. Cumulus clouds look like puffy, dome-shaped balls of cotton. These are low-level clouds. Their bases less than a mile above Earth. Cumulus clouds are only a few hundred yards thick and are usually separated by patches of clear blue sky. They often form because of local heating during a sunny summer day and disappear in the cooler temperatures of the evening. Wow. James?
Okay. Well, it's not really, it's more of.
Maybe we'll keep reading, huh? See what the clouds are outside today.
Stratus. Like, those are stratus clouds, I'd say out there.
Like longer, spread out. I would have to agree. Daniel?
And they're outside just that. And there's 10 marks on my.
Oh, darn it. Can we ignore it? Darn it. Thanks for letting me know though. Okay, friends, next page. Cumulus clouds sometimes build up into towering masses called cumulus congestus, or swelling cumulus, which may turn into cumulonimbus clouds. These often form in advance of a cloud front where there are strongly rising air currents. At times, the tops of these clouds can reach 6 or 7 miles above the ground, almost to the top of the troposphere. They are unstable clouds, and rain showers frequently fall from them.
Clouds.
So in other words, what are they?
They're rain clouds. And then also big clouds and doing this.
From James and the Giant Peach. Oh no.
Whatever else.
As long as they stay up there and don't throw hail at me, I'm okay, right? Gav,
If you actually look at the very last page, it tells you all the
right? Or the very first page too.
basically what it's just.
Yeah. All right, friends, go ahead and turn page. No side conversations, please. Bill? buckets today. Don't empty them, right? Okay, so there are a lot of big words in this book, right? What can help us understand the text or what we're reading if we don't really understand these big words and they intimidate us? What can we do, Rayhan? What else helps?
Spell them out.
Spell them out? Or sound them out? Is that what you said?
Sound them out.
Yes. But what other text feature can help us understand? Sam?
Context clues.
Context clues? Beautiful. But I'm looking for one more thing. Quinley? Okay. Quinn?
Maybe like the pictures.
The pictures, right? Like Gab even said earlier, oh my gosh, if we just read like a whole list of what types of clouds there are, right? And I don't know if I could remember them right off the top of my head, but hey, I'll just look at the front or the back and it shows me exactly what each one looks like, right? So pictures help us a lot understand our text, right? Right?
Right.
Good. All right, friends, finger check as I read. Stratus clouds appear where there are no rising or falling air currents. These low-lying clouds form layers that are broad and thin, blanketing the sky and causing a gray day. When the clouds are thick enough, rain may fall. A stratus cloud that forms at ground level is called ground fog. It usually develops late at night or in the early morning. As the sun comes up, the heated ground makes the fog burn off. Why do you think burn off is in quotations? Why do we think that? Willow?
Maybe that's what people say.
Yeah, maybe that's what people say. But what does it mean when I say burn out? Grace?
It means like it's like a non-literal phrase, but
Right.
they're just saying it like disappear.
Right. Exactly. Are the clouds out there really on fire?
No.
No. Good one. Okay. Yeah, exactly. So let's continue to read on page 21, and then I have a few questions for you guys to get you ready for our quiz, and then I will let you on out, okay?
Okay.
All right. Finger check as I read this last page. Cirrus clouds are thin, wispy, high-level clouds formed of ice crystals. Cirrus clouds often develop 20 to 30 hours before the arrival of a warm front and are a good forecaster of unsettled weather to come. Cirrostratus is another high-level cloud formed of ice crystals. These veil-like clouds are so thin that blue skies or bright stars often show through them. Wow, and then it shows this picture. I feel like that's kind of what's going on outside, maybe.
It could be
Oh, I like my third graders raising their hands. I love this conversation, but we can't talk over each other. Bryce, thank you for raising your hand.
If it was a stratus, it was basically the outside would be gray right now because it said that the stratus appears on the third day.
Oh,
What about, and then the cirrus is said that it's thin and wispy that it makes the sky turn blue and that's basically what it is.
okay.
Yeah, but there's little.
Oh, Tora?
I was just saying for like, if there's no picture that shows like the word, that you can just look in the glossary.
Oh, and that's another text feature, right? Awesome job, my friend. Rayhan?
A fog is also a cloud.
Fog?
is cloud.
Did you say fog is also a cloud?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. James?
But it could be the cumulus cloud because there's little gaps in between, and if you look at that, there's also little gaps in between that.
Yeah. It could kind of be argued, right? I feel like either or could maybe be argued, right? We need to send this in here. Okay, hands down, friends. My first question. Why is water in the air so important to the weather? And how can clouds help people forecast the weather? I want you to turn and talk to your neighbor about it.
Water makes river, and then when the river dries up, it makes clouds, and then the clouds fall down the rain. It's one of the exactly
Alright, guys, come back to me in 3, 2, 1, and 0. Thank you. Oh my gosh, Quinlan, can you give the students a point? Awesome listening skills, friends. Okay, so what did you guys talk about? Who can raise their hand and let me know? I want to see some participation, some new hands. Carter?
Because there's no water in the clouds and it can rain and like trees can't sprout.
Right, right. So why is water in the air so important to weather? There's water in the clouds, right? That's what affects them. Rowan?
The water in the clouds make trees grow, so if there was no trees, air wouldn't be as fresh.
Oh, yeah. Okay. What else? Maddie?
It'll help you like get vegetables for like your garden.
Okay. So how can clouds help people forecast the weather? Yeah?
Because you can tell by what color the cloud is. So if it's rainy, it's like black.
The color or what?
Or like gray, and that means it's gonna like rain. But if it's like white, then it means like it's sunny out.
Right, yeah. And what about, does the color just tell us? What else?
How big it is?
How big or
What the shape looks
what
like.
the shape is, right? Yes, good, good. Oh, Cyrus? Something to add, buddy? What was that? Never mind. Okay, let me know if you think of it. All right, next question. So on page 20, this one that doesn't have a page number right here. Stratus clouds are a sign that there are no rising or falling air currents. Then it says these clouds are called ground fog. How does this info help you understand ground fog? How does that information help us understand ground fog? Oops. Stratus clouds are a sign that there are no rising or falling air currents. How does that help us understand what ground fog is? I want to see some participation. I've been calling on the same friends. What do you think? Rowan, what do you think?
Maybe it's the fog that's up above the ground that gets into the ground, and then when it's foggy out, it comes out.
Maybe, yeah. What else? What else can we add to his comment? Yeah?
As the sun comes up, the heated dome makes the fog.
Yeah, right? So, and it said that it makes the fog burn off, right?
Yeah, so like basically it heats the ground and then the fog comes up.
Yeah, but it's kind of layered there right on top, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Brace?
So I would say kind of like what Gavin said, the heat takes it up, and I would think that the fog when it goes up, I think that the clouds are taking place and then they swap positions at night. Because like at nighttime, like probably it said at nighttime too, but
Yeah.
Like if it didn't form at night, it would probably be all the fog. And then in the early morning, if it comes after that cloud comes up, it would just switch position.
Okay. Okay. Quinn, what do you have to add?
But maybe because the clouds are really low, it's gonna be very foggy. So
Mm-hmm.
and that might be because it's called warm cloud because it's really low and it's really close to the clouds.
Right. Yeah. I agree. James, something else?
That when the fog clouds are formed, that there won't be any wind or any cold fronts or warm fronts.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Gab, last thing?
Okay, so so when you're at a campfire, there's like a fire and it usually heats up the ground and then pushes up smoke through the ground.
Yeah.
It like goes through the fire and goes out. And then
But the
that's-
smoke is coming from the burning, right, of the
Yeah.
wood. Yeah. But good comparison, friend. Okay, so last question. I'm gonna pick a stick because some of us aren't on our A game this morning. Explain why cumulonimbus clouds are often storm clouds. Explain how cumulonimbus clouds are often storm clouds. Hint, hint, I think it's on page 19. I'm gonna pick a stick. Oh, thank you, friend. Look out, page 19. Why are they often storm clouds? Let's see, Carter, do you think you know, my friend? Why are they often storm clouds? Little louder, bud, sorry. Okay, pick somebody else. Sam, do you know? What do you think?
It's like it's number 9.
It's on page 19.
No, sure.
Wanna phone a friend, buddy? Nolan, you think you can help him out?
It says they are unstable clouds and rain showers frequently fall.
Yeah, so they're unstable, right? And so let's see, they rise 6 or 7 miles high and are unstable, like Nolan said, and they produce rain, right? And you guys have something else to add, Quinn?
It also says, these often form in advance of a cold and strongly rising.
Yep, that's also true, right, James?
And also the clouds are made out of water, so the bigger, and it said that those clouds are bigger, so the bigger the cloud is, probably the more heavier it's gonna get, and when clouds get too heavy, they drop all the water.
Oh, I love these connections we made, Finn.
Because, right here, it says a cumulus, meaning just a mound, and then it means nimbus, meaning, and it says a nimbus, meaning,
So cumulus means mound and nimbus means what?
a
Rain?
rain cloud.
A rain cloud.
Yeah,
Oh,
it means rain cloud, and those mixed together to make something like.
a mound of rain cloud, right? That's how it would sound if we put those two together. Does that make sense of why? Does that, does that make sense of what that cloud does?
Yeah.
It's a rain cloud, right? Holds up all the water. Rowan?
It says right here that, which may turn into clouds. These often form in advance of cold front where there are strongly raising air currents.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yep. Okay, let's move on so we have time, friends. Ice crystals. What are ice crystals? What do we think that means? Oh my gosh, read.
Like little bits of ice.
Exactly. And so that's what I have. Small pieces of ice often form into thin, wispy clouds at high altitude. Right? Okay. And altitude is one of our vocab words again. Finn. Some dad, my friend.
Never mind.
Okay. All right. Do we feel comfortable taking the quiz on today's lesson?
Yeah.
Awesome. Gage, one more thing.
So it's probably hail instead of the ice crystals. Maybe I think that's the clouds and throwing the ice crystals off the clouds.
Maybe.
Yeah. But maybe.
All right, friends. So here's the deal. Before we move, when I say go, please go back to your seat and we get your Chromebook out and take quiz 3. Okay? Quiz 3. Once you are done with that, if you are not done with your whale type thing, that is a must do for first rotation. Okay? All right. If you're done, you can pick a different rotation. All right? Go!